Will be a joint presentation by Kalpesh Desai and Sudhir Dembi. First, let me introduce Mr. Kalpesh Desai, Director Sales Process Automation, Schneider Electric. During his 17 years at Invensys, he has handled large national and multinational accounts for their automation needs across various industrial segments such as chemical, oil and gas, power, pharma, glass and ceramics, defense, etc. Kalpesh is an engineer with a postgraduate degree in computer science. The next speaker, Sudhir Dembi, General Manager, Plant Solutions, Schneider Electric, India. His expertise includes process automation, DCS, SCADA, and all aspects of manufacturing, product development, industrial control, and project engineering. Previous work experience includes stints at GE IP and Messung Systems. Sudhir holds a BE in Electrical Engineering from Gulbarga University. Please welcome both speakers onto the stage.
Thank you very much for that lovely introduction. Yeah, maybe my colleague would join me later. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank ARC Foundation for giving us this opportunity of sharing, some of the thoughts. And I think true to the theme of ARC's forum this time, a lot of speakers have already set the tone in terms of, the technology, the trend, the standards, the big data, integration. And as I can see, as a part of the agenda today, we are now moving towards the user. So a lot of jargons, a lot of terms, a lot of technology we have spoken about. So I would rather focus on, going more towards what is in for me, a question that users would like to ask. So better together, you may wonder that what is this? Some of you might know, and some of you might possibly get to know today, that Invensys has been acquired by Schneider sometime last year. And why am I talking about this? The reason being, Schneider has got a lot of technology, a lot of products, and they have acquired so many organizations which brings value to the end user. And that was the reason they found that it was interesting to get Foxbro, I mean, if I may name the brand, which is rather more popular for DCS than the company in itself. So let's understand the vision. I mean, this vision is not about the numbers. And why am I bringing this vision on this forum here? If you see, the vision of Schneider has been, how do we bring the platform? How do we bring the hardware, software? And some of the colleagues of mine in the morning talked about energy should actually become KPI, and that's really very well said. So energy management system is no more a jargon. It is actually a time for all of us to implement that. And there were a lot of interesting talk and conversation yesterday on the cost and price. We'll talk about that. So basically what we are saying here is, how industry can get benefited by this vision that we have set for ourselves. Second question is the operating cost. And somebody very well said that, it's not just about the absolute number that you pay for the component that you buy, but the value chain, the project life cycle, what is that you are spending, what is your operating cost. That is the smart way of calculating the cost rather than just the buying cost of a component. And the energy management, we have spoken a lot, but we will talk more on how exactly it is going to be implemented. And today, all various investments which we are talking of, user would like to ask me that, fine, you are telling me that you are offering us the moon, but what is the value that, bring for us? So that's what we would be happy to even talk. And of course, this 15-20 minutes may not be adequate, but we would be happy to discuss beyond this, talk of us together. And then we can actually demonstrate some of the solutions that we have displayed in the booth. Well, so let's talk about the portfolio. I mean, of course, I'm not going to talk about telling you more about all the products that Schneider and inventions bring together. But what is the theme of this portfolio? So as you can see, the offering that we are talking of today, we have spoken about process, we have spoken about manufacturing, we have spoken about services, and I think I was just talking to my colleague from TCS that they have set actually a wonderful bridge for the industry and the automation vendors to be kind of united and bring it to the user, which I would really say that it's a commendable job that TCS has been doing. So let me just, it's a busy populated slide, but the theme here is let me just say what is important here is, if you see the down, it is discrete, hybrid and process. So the value chain, the manufacturing line, the process line, when we talk of, there are multiple layers which we are talking of here. And what is in for me, I may have a lot of things to offer, but when I go to a machine manufacturer, his requirements are different. When I go to a hybrid, when I say hybrid, it is kind of a regulatory plus flip-flop usability, whether it could be a DCS or a PLC or a put together. Maybe we can call it as a glass industry or a heat treatment industry. So they would like to say that, hey, you are offering a very high-end DCS, and which is not what we are looking for. So we said, yeah, you don't need to, just buy because, I'm offering that. What you rather need to buy is what is apt for you. So what we will actually, this theme of this slide is, we are rather, putting the right apt solution for the right need. And that's what this slide is talking about. And you will see a number of components, right from field devices, the, valve positioner to the, digital graphic recorder, to PLCs, to remote I/O, to DCS, to the high-level integrated platforms, number of things. But those are all, my portfolio. I'm not talking about that here. What am I talking about is, we have the complete value chain system as partners, as ourselves, as a system integrators. What is apt for you is what we come with, and pick and choose the right apt solution for you and work together along with our service partners. So I just talked about DCS and hybrid. So let me tell you what I was talking about. So if you really see, right from, let's say, machines to electronics to automotive to food and beverage, to you go to high intensive automation sectors like petrochemicals, refinery, fertilizers, the needs are quite different. The way they look at control system is quite different than the way the machine builder looks at it. And then we end up talking about just the cost and price, and the discussion goes nowhere. So rather what we are doing is, we have realized that there is a flexible automation and there is a kind of a highly intensive automation. So that's where we pick and choose. We ensure that the domain expert decide what is the right apt fit, rather than just because we have something to offer, we don't go and impose. So that's what we are talking and representing here. And it's thanks to ARC for providing such valuable data, because if I may say it from the automation vendor side, it will look as if it's what we are trying to propagate. Rather, we are saying what is the right thing to do for the industry, how as a country we can strive for becoming efficient in whatever we are doing. So those are the kind of just the boxes on the products that we are offering. I am restricting my talk here because it's more of an academic session. So I would refrain from getting more into the product line details. But if you have a specific interest, we can share more on that. Safety. This is, I think, we all have understood that time has come, whether it is a small sector, whether it is SME, whether it is a mid-size, everybody's safety is important. Just because you are a small player, you can't say that, look, we can't spend the fortune on safety. Safety is safety. And again, safety, when we talk, it can definitely be defined. Safety means to machinery could be quite different than safety means to a process. So again, once we get inside of it, then we will know what the human safeties are, what the process safeties are, the machine safeties are, and the asset safeties are. So, what we rather do is, we have offered, or, we have rather created a menu of offerings which are right apt for the right safety standards. Now again, the value chain talk right from machines to process. So I'm not getting into details, but each of them have got a specific requirement that we can address through the expertise of the domain player. We will just say we are an automation player, we partner ourselves with the guys who understand those sectors better. We have in-house people, but then we also partner. And then with partnership, we actually bring that value to the end user which they deserve. Okay, so I think that was a very brief conversation from my end, which was just to set a tone. And I call all these parameters as a business drivers. And why I was focusing on that, because we are moving towards, in the next half of the session, we will be hearing from some of the end users. And there's those presentations, I am really looking forward to look at them, because I want to know what is that user are looking for. It's not what I have to offer. And from that, we will understand better that what is that we have can make sense to them. So with that, now I take opportunity of inviting my colleague, Sudhir Dembi, who would be talking about the technology and M580, that we have introduced and what it brings on table to the end user. So over to Sudhir. Thank you.
Thanks, Kalpesh. Good morning, everybody. So I will just starting from what we gave to the PLC world or the automation world industry, or what we call. We have been in forefront of the technology revolution from the automation side, from different companies what we took over. And Modicon was the first inventor of the PLCs. Then we came up with Ethernet connectivities and at the control level, and later on with web servers. And this is the next generation of the control, what we're talking about, getting Ethernet embedded inside the control itself. So major evolution for the industry, what we see. If you see what we had earlier, if you see technology side, we used to have some years back, I would say 7, 8 years back, we had phones, we have cameras, we had we had PCs all there and the routes out there. And today you have just one system out there which has revolutionized the usage, what we are doing today in a way of iPhone. So you have everything out there, whether you navigate through the processes, whether you want to navigate the roads, it's all there, whether it's a modem, it's all inside. So similarly for the industry part, what we bought in is another revolution we're bringing with this product. And typically what you use today with the controls is you have modems, you have wireless connectivity, you have firewalls, and you have switches as well here. So with EPAC, what we are bringing is all integrated in one, bringing in the routing stuff inside, having a Wi-Fi connectivity directly on the backplane itself. That's what we bring, and the data transparency. If you see what we do typically in this system is it's all is a Ethernet backplane. So in the processor itself, the Ethernet is embedded. It's not a separate controller. So what brings it to you today, if you see it, you have a system on the back end, this traditional control system, what we say automation controller. It picks up the data, becomes the data consolidator, and populates it up to the SCADA system. Here, there's a major change. What you see it here, SCADA system can directly pick up the data from the base level control without loading the controller. That's a major change what you have. You can, with the result, you don't need higher memory inside the system. You have much more faster scan times on the process side. That's one additional feature what you get on this control. Now comes everybody will talk about what you say, whether it's secure, you're using Ethernet technology, whether it's secure or not. It is ACLI's level 2 certified system. So we are taking care of your security of the system, and you don't have any we would like to ensure that it is no cyber attacks are in place out there. That's the whole idea about it. This is what we give you on this. It's all electronic signatures. Everything is done on this control system. Second is coming to FDDTM, where we need a lot of data out there. We're talking about getting more and more from the ground level, basically level 0 level from the instrument itself. So idea here was get enabled on FDDTM so that you can get whole of the data, including the what we call asset management data out there. That's all available. It is a plug and play system out there, which is enabled on our systems. HEART is enabled out there. We are compatible here with ODVA and FDT standards, which are there to give you the whole system. Adding to this whole is additional parts, like you need flexibility. You don't want to stop your controls out there when you have additions, when you want to increase the production lines, or you have additions on the plant. New equipments are being added, you can do online. This whole changes. That's what we bring to you without stopping your process. It's all online out there without any changes out. So this is what we give on the operational excellence out there part on the system. In addition to this, we have integrated our new high-end drives out there, what we call the Altivar process drives, which has unique features like application-oriented screens out there, data logging functionalities built in, which you can really utilize to optimize your time efficient. You can increase the efficiency out there of your team out there, reduce the downtimes here. And there's inside performance and UI improvements parameters which are done. That is on the drive itself. Drive has intelligence built in. It's all transparent out there on the pack controllers. This control system is rated as one of the best controller by Control Engineering. That's what we bring to you out there as part of our new offerings, to give you a glimpse of what we can bring to you on the standards, on the Ethernet standards, and on the high-speed data acquisition systems with higher level of cybersecurity. So that's what I have. You can come down to our stall and see what we need to do for this to make your things improve. Okay, thank you.